100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. You call us up making a name. I put it. Trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork, fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Foot in the gas. I will not crash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash.
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got your own.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Alpha. I got you. Hey, look, 48. Look, hey, we gonna like the 48 right now. Let's go. Not here.
From the 27, Mayfield. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Point it right. 48 smart. 48 smart. Watch the curl. Watch that.
From the gun, Mayfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Next to receivers, they'll spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
A run for Nick Chubb, and he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward.
180. Hey, let's get that home. Will. Hey, look, 48. Smooth. 48 right now. Let's go. Crunch time, defense. Hurry. Check. 48's the mic. All day.
Mayfield now on second down. This pass complete to Higgins. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
I'm coming after you. Regular.
Mayfield gives this one to Hunt, and he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Mayfield. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. That goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, have the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Run. 52.
Now Mayfield. Open man is Higgins. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
52. Hey, box truck.
3rd and short yardage. Mayfield gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And this one is right down Broadway. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
On third down, Jackson. He may try and run for this. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker, and it's 4th. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Jack Fox now. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Able to slither by. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with it.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
He'll run it, and he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Ready? Look at March 43. Now watch one. Out.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Off the play fake, here's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Check 53. Rip left. 53 is the mic.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up fourth down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Landry now on the return. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. They'll run with Hunt on second down. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
The Browns on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Check. Hey, orbit. Check. 48 to the
Play fake. Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for Isaiah McKenzie that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
I got you.
On 3rd down, a run by Mack. Oh, and Mack has the ball stripped. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
King.
They go play action. Mayfield. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 34. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Tackle made by Tyus Bowser.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Hey, dude. No, check that.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mayfield. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Bravo.
Mayfield down. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They'll run it. It's Mack. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hunt. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. He'll buy some time right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Hey, high 7.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Alert, 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 alert. Hurry. Here I come again. Here I come again. Run, run, run. Hey, hey, watch this, watch this. Hey, Haywood.
They'll give it to Chubb. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Mayfield looks to throw, and that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Intended for David Njoku. It's now 2nd and goal to go.
They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. On 2nd and goal, the lone man in the backfield is Hunt.
Hey, Delta. 48. Hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up. Up. Check 48's the mic.
To throw, Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Get him. Get him.
So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone.
48 to Mike. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Alert, 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 alert. Watch the pass.
Mayfield to throw it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Second and 12 at the 37-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The Browns drive about to get started. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's get it.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Push him back. Push him back. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Hey, Charlie. Watch the run, watch the run.
Here's Mayfield. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They go right back to Mack. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively, though. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Hassan Reddick in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Mayfield now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. Gave a glimpse of his power that time. And then brought down at the 30. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Mayfield on play action. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Throwing, Mayfield. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
And this one is right down the middle. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Mike, 44. Hey, man, watch the move.
On second down, here's a run with Mack. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Ravens on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is third down and 12. Throwing is Jackson. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Browns drive about to get started. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we can probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
The Browns on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Chop, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, Jackson. Dancing to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Mayfield on first down. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Mayfield now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. On first down, it's Hunt. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Mayfield off the play fake. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
The Browns on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 14. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
Yeah, now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
They'll try and run for this with Mack. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They'll run with Mack. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. So Cleveland